All right, so welcome to the crew galley. We had one chef for 65 men on board. These are the containers that they would have eaten on. I intend to add some things to the sub, but I haven't been able to. Wasn't had time to do that yet. As you can see, she's on red lighting. Here's a sink, toaster, 2 stoves. So it's actually 4 stoves, 2 ovens, and a deep fryer. Try to eat a corn dog in that thing. Here's the coffee pot for the crew, as well as the burner controls, and they had also actually hand the food through this hole to the enlisted crews. The officers ate up forward. As we make our way around here, we'll have everybody sit down on the table over here, and I'll explain this compartment. We'll have my wife is getting a tour, so we'll let her be a guest today on the enlisted crews area for our tour. Alright, so to my wife, welcome. She's been on this tour before, but this is the enlisted crews quarters. This is where everybody ate. The officers ate up forward. And one of the amenities to the crew was they loved their meals. And it was the best in the submarine service. They had steak, lobster, whatever they wanted to eat, they could eat. They had the best in the Navy out of all of the branches. As you look up here, this is where the enlisted crew entered the submarine. And all the food and all of the stores came in here, and your food storage was down below in this hatch down below here. All your freezers and refrigerators. Back behind here is the ammo storage locker for the ammunition scuttle that I described above deck. They would hoist the ammo with the sledge-like hammer and push it up to the guys up to the deck and hand them the additional weapons if they ran out of storage down below. Now, again, when you're at silent running, you can't make any noise. The chef on board Silversides made up to 12 loaves of bread a day. And when you can't make any noise and you add yeast to bread, what happens? It rises. Well, they're at silent running for 12 hours. So this entire room, as you look around here, this entire room is filled with yeast, bread dough. It took them 12 hours to clean it up after silent running was over. So you can imagine a mess. Now, we have something very special on board Silversides. What's very unique to the submarine, and the only submarine survivable that has it, is commanding officers were allowed to purchase things for their crew, and they were allowed to do that with their own money. So what's the one thing that kids want on a very hot day? Yep, you guessed it correctly. The very first ice cream maker, and it is on board the Silversides, and it actually works. It hasn't worked in a long time, but it works. Nobody's run it, but this is the actual unique to the submarine, and it's an ice cream maker. So anyway, here's the washing stand. This is where the chef would clean and wash the dishes, and the mixer for the 12-hour mix-up. So anyway, as we make our way into the enlisted crew berthing, thank you for joining us in the crew pantry, or the chef's kitchen, and the enlisted crew's eating area, please. Thank you, and have a great day, and we'll see you in the after battery and crew's quarters.